Hi everyone, I'm here today to give you your astrology for February 10th through the 16th. If you want to go directly to the days of the week, it's in the description part below. There's timestamps. Now, this week is a very interesting week because I want to say be extremely patient. Do things that we're going to bring you into center, into Zen, into serendipity. It's kind of like the little engine that could, I think I can, I think the entire week feels like um moving through molasses. Okay. So keep that in mind as we progress during this week. It's just going to be a little funky one, and if you get your mind set that it might be difficult, but I'm going to do these things to keep myself in a positive outlook, it will help you tremendously. Okay, so now let's go to this Monday, February 10th. Mercury is in Aquarius, and it does a square with Taurus. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so Mercury in Aquarius kind of makes us very vocal, makes us very expressive, makes us want to expand, communicate, connect to different people, do different things that will allow us to transform our lives for our greatest good. And then we have this square in Taurus, and that is literally pumping the rate and brakes. You might find that people are very pushy this day. You might find that the words are nasty. You might see them in social media. You might see something funny happening with politics or like anything like that during this day because angers are kind of high. And the best thing that I can tell you is deflect, come back to center. This too shall pass, but the energy is made where we're trying to make movements, we're trying to make change, we're trying to invoke an awakening, but it's just not happening. All right. So I wouldn't recommend any business stuff this day, any negotiations this week. Actually, this entire week, I wouldn't, just this day, just because it doesn't feel like energies that will actually give you any fruit for the amount of labor that you're going to have to put into it. Okay, so now let's go to Tuesday. Tuesday, the 11th, the moon will be in Leo and it will create a sextile in Jupiter in Gemini. Take advantage of this day, okay? Because this is like the light has been off and then finally it has been switched to the on position, and being it's going to open doors, it's going to give you expansion, you're going to feel like yourself, you're going to feel like things are changing, you're going to feel like there's that ray of hope in the middle of a really dark shadowy moment. Your mind is going to be open, your eyes are going to be open. Really outside of the box thinking, really a lot of opportunities, really unstuck feelings. So it's kind of like a very positive feeling, especially after that energy from Monday. But it's short lived, so take advantage of it as much as you can. Try to be as explorative as you can this day because this is probably the only day this week that feels this good. All right. So now let's go to Wednesday. Wednesday the 12th, the moon will be in Leo and now creates a square in Taurus. So this is the square in Taurus is coming back from Monday. So yet again, the bull like pumping the brakes and saying absolutely not. And the energy of the moon in Leo kind of makes you a lion. So it's kind of like the lion confronting the bull, and you want to lead, you want to move forward, you want to like have your voice heard, and then here is this thing saying absolutely not, you're not that important, shut up, sit down, you're not important. And that energy is extremely frustrating. So for me personally, I would take it slow. I would observe, well, who is this Taurus, right? I'm not saying a specific person of the sign of Taurus. I'm like, who is it? And is it a mindset that keeps coming up that makes you feel like you're less than? Is it a person around you that seems to be hell bent in creating turmoil in your life? Is it something at work that keeps being a nuisance and coming up? Is it something in social media? Is it something, it doesn't matter what it is, but be very mindful as to what is coming up and what keeps pumping these damn brakes for you when you're trying to move forward. It will be very productive for you to have that like written down. I wouldn't necessarily do anything about it this week, but having the information when the energies are conducive to growth and expansion will be a perfect time to do it. I mean, I'm a big believer of, if you're not in the right mindset, if you're angry, if you're upset, if you feel limited, if you feel like anything, I want to say that feeling, it is not a time for you to try to do any kind of spiritual work, internal work, or whatever, because you're going to always veer towards the negative and actually limit yourself more than expanding yourself. So in this case, I just feel like you should just write down what seems to be stopping you, what seems to be limiting you, what seems to be bothering you, so that you can address it at a better time. Okay. Now let's go to Thursday. Thursday the 13th, the moon will be in Virgo, and it will create a square in Jupiter and Gemini. I would focus on the practical, the boring, the chores, the things that you have to do on an every single day basis. That's what I would do, because that energy of the moon in Virgo is great for that. It will create a sense of normalcy and a not so great energy. The energy of the square in Jupiter in Gemini, it means that you're going to be receiving a buttload of information that is going to tell you that everything you want to create, everything that you want to do, everything will never get there, that you are stuck in a prison of no escape. It's kind of like what the energies are kind of telling you. So instead of doing that and focusing on this energy, this frequency telling you that absolutely not, and let's focus on the things I can do. I can't change the world in 24 seconds, but I can pay my bills. I can clean the dishes. I can fix my house. I can make sure that these small things in my life are met, done, and it's one less, I want to say, a hurdle I have to worry about. Again, I just want to really emphasize the fact that this is the end. These next 2 weeks, this week and next week, are the end of this Mars in Cancer energy, in this retrograde. And that means that whenever the energy is kind of winding down and coming out of existence, it's like a drowning person, right? It has that last oomph of fight that it has before it's coming out the door. And so this is the last oomph of fight. Try not to be pulled down with the drowning person. Okay. So now let's go to Friday. Friday the 14th, the Mars will enter Pisces, and this day is very good and very bad at the same time. So this day, because Mercury is entering Pisces. Sorry, not Mars, Mercury. Correction there. Mercury is entering Pisces. You will be receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of ideas, a lot of um, imagination coming into your mind this day. It's a day of fantasy. It's a day of, there is no limits, there is no restrictions. You can do whatever and whatever, and think whatever you want. It will be difficult to get things done. That's why it's really good that Thursday you got things done, so you don't have to worry about it on Friday. Very creative, a lot of ideas. I would recommend, and this is the biggest thing that I'm going to tell you, write it down. The energy is not conducive, again, for these ideas to actually become something. And if you try to make it happen now, you will see them probably have a big jolt up. They'll grow really fast, and then they dwindle up really quickly too. And it's not worth the disillusionment when they are pretty good ideas and they are good movements forward. Okay, so write them down, see the receive the guidance, have the ideas, allow yourself to escape just this one day, not the entire week, please, but just this one day to, I guess, grasp for air for a little bit, because the energy has been really dense during the week. So having that moment of pause and reprieve, it will be awesome for you. All right. And now let's go to Saturday. And Saturday is the perfect reason why I told you to write these things down, because we have the moon entering Virgo again, which, the moon is in Virgo. That's good for you to be productive in doing the regular mundane things, paying bills, cleaning the house, doing the things that you have to do. But now it does an opposition with Neptune and Pisces. The opposition with Neptune and Pisces kind of distorts us, because Neptune has a way of pulling out things that are really deep in our subconscious, things that we hide from the world, things that we don't tell people. And then the Pisces energy kind of makes these things blow out of proportion. So, um, this is the day of worst case scenarios, where you have that, what is that called? Catastrophizing way of looking at the world. It could have been like a little hangnail you have in the hand and the finger. And now you're like, oh my God, they're going to have to chop off my finger because the whole thing's going to get gangrene and I'm going to lose the feeling in this arm. And I don't even know what I'm going to do with a glove that only has 4 fingers because I don't need the 5th one. One of those kinds of things. So Saturday would be a terrible day to get involved in situations that will add unnecessarily worry, doubt, fear, or any kind of anything that triggers like an unknown to you response to something. Okay. It's a highly emotional day, and it's highly emotional in the worst way. Instead of being highly emotional where you're loving the world and everything is wonderful and everything's going to move forward, you're in this energy of it's like World War III is going to happen tomorrow, that kind of energy. So try not to put too much strain in your spirit and in yourself and in your ambitions for the future, and just focus on the dumb stuff that we have to do every single day, like cleaning the house, taking care of kids, washing dishes, and things like that. All right, now let's go to Sunday. Sunday the 16th, the moon will be in Libra and it will create a square in Mars in Cancer, amplifying the retrograde. Okay, so Moon in Libra is this energy where you're like, okay, I can balance out my life. I'm going to totally be zen. Things are going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. I'm going to be fine, blah, blah, blah. And then the world is kind of telling you, no, you're not going to be fine. Things are going to suck. Everything's going to be terrible. And all you want to do is just scream, like, what the hell is happening in this existence? Like, where did I go into? Did I fall into the twilight zone? Why is everything so terrible? This is yet again a day like that. And now I don't like the fact that it's ending the week, Sunday. Well, it depends on what you believe the end of the week is, Sunday or Monday. So, I mean, yeah, something like that. Or Saturday, Sunday or Saturday. But it's ending the week and starting your Monday week with this energy of like pessimism. So starting again, the message of the beginning of this week, I would say patience is really important this week. Doing practices, spiritual, physical, emotional practices that will bring you back to center when you're losing your mind, asking yourself questions such as, is there something I can practically do about this right now? Is this something I can practically change in my life in this moment? If it's a yes, then let's focus on what I can practically do. If not, then let's leave that to a side because that's not something I can work in, but let's focus on something I can work in that might be under the same, problem. So, I just don't want the week to end and then start in this that process of everything sucks. But it is what it is kind of thing. This feeling of this week, and it's just like I said, it's just one more week of putting up with this energy, and I'm seeing a huge shift happening after that. So just bear with me, bear with the energies, and continue to try to be that person that you are within. All right, we'll see you the next time.